Oh boy, this is going to be a video, isn't it? One thing, let's start this off with one sentence. Los Angeles Valiant Immortals Gaming Club, you disgust me in how you've handled this situation. You could not have handled it any more poorly than you have throughout this entire fiasco. It is appalling. And it has shattered your reputation in the Overwatch scene, and it will never recover. To put this into context, Los Angeles Valiant came out with a post on their Twitter yesterday saying, "We want to thank all of the players and staff moving on today from the LA Valiant due to COVID-related visa issues as we prepare to compete in China this season. We've worked to facilitate the best available next steps for our players and staff and wish them all the best moving forward. We look forward to having LA Valiant join NYXL and the Philadelphia Fusion in bringing more live Overwatch League content to the passionate fanbase in Asia during this logistically challenging year." Okay, for perspective, this means that every single person, coach and player has been let go of the Los Angeles Valiant. This includes 3 coaches, Sungwoo, Gumba and Unta, alongside Packing 10, who is actually retiring and is going to take over the Immortals Valorant side of things for now. And then the 2 supports, Rain and Lastro, the 2 tanks, Dreamer and Adam, and the 3 DPS players, Agilities, Kai and Shax. Kai was otherwise known as KSP before that. This is appalling. This is actually the worst thing I have seen a team in the league do. In the league's history. You cannot blame getting rid of your entire roster on COVID-related issues that will never stand up. Ever. That will get seen through like a piece of lamination paper. That is so translucent, Immortals. It is unbelievable. You have lied through your back teeth through this entire fiasco. First of all, you said it wasn't happening. Then this comes out. And this is appalling. Absolutely appalling. There should be no one left to support this org. I'm sorry. And to bring up another name, ATP, I know he's a lifelong Valiant fan. Well, I say lifelong, like, since the Valiant was made. He's appalled by this, and I can't blame him. Like, this is so incredibly bad. You have alienated your fanbase. You have lied to your fanbase. You have basically said that we don't give a flying F about our fan base. We're off. Bye-bye. And these players, the signing window's over. So these players have been royally effed, really, by the Valiant. Hard. It's appalling how they've treated these players and coaches. Absolutely horrendous. Some of these guys will not find teams. It is too late. We do have some rumours surrounding Shax. He may be on his way to the Spitfire. I think that would be a great move for the Spitfire. I think that he'd be very valuable to them. He shouldn't have needed to have to find another team, but there we go. And then KSP, or now known as Kai, he may find a place at the Atlanta Reign. But, I mean, I could see Reign perhaps going to Boston, considering they don't have a main support right now. But the rest of them, Adam has not even played in the league yet. He thought he was signed to a contract. He thought he was going to have his big break in the league this year, only to be dropped on his backside by an appalling org. Horrendous behaviour by Immortals on Los Angeles Valiant. Absolutely horrendous. We thought the blow-up at the Titans was bad when they lost the runaway roster. This is worse. This is by far worse. Absolutely appalling. And I would hope this sort of behaviour is never ever replicated in the Overwatch League. And it demonstrates the need for protection of players and coaches. These guys have been screwed by the Valiant. They really, really have. It's... I could go on for days and rant about this. This is appalling. I'm not even a Valiant fan. I feel for the fans and I feel for the players. It is horrific. And Immortals can make whatever excuse they want. Whether they're not selling and it's just being managed by a Chinese company, it really doesn't matter. Something happened under the radar at the Spitfire, actually. Cloud9 don't operate the Spitfire anymore. They've brought a company in to operate the Spitfire. But they didn't royally F their fan base in doing it. And they didn't completely F all the players either. They quietly, behind the scenes, did it. Whether you agree with it or not. Valiant and Immortals have handled this horrifically. Absolutely horrifically. And the one cardinal sin above all else is you cannot ever lie to your fan base. Ever. Because this means that Los Angeles Valiant will most likely be the poorest supported team in the league now. They have lost everything. Absolutely everything. Your skin sales, your merch sales, everything has gone unless you can garner some sort of massive support when you move over to the Asia region. And you're not going to do that with the name Los Angeles. You're not going to do that. Because you will still be a Los Angeles Valiant. Or a Los Angeles whatever you want to be. So, let's move on from that. What's going to happen to the Valiant now? Well, they're going to move to Asia. They're going to compete in Asia this region, this year. Most likely they will have a majority, if not all, Chinese roster. Yeah, I mean, that's a thing, I suppose. Will they rebrand? Probably not this year. It's probably too late. Although, to be quite honest, I thought it was too late to completely blow up your roster, but then again, who knows? If they were to rebrand, are they allowed to change their city? That is a grey area. I believe you can do it in the Call of Duty League, which is also owned by Blizzard Activision. However, the Overwatch League tends to stick more to its guns. In the Call of Duty Leagues, you have things like Atlanta FaZe and Optic Chicago. We don't have that in the Overwatch League. We don't have the Los Angeles Immortals. Would be an example of that. So it'll be interesting to see what happens if they did. You could end up seeing, and they did go more down the CDL route, then you could end up seeing something like the Beijing Immortals as a complete rebuild of this Valiant squad, and there would only be one LA team. But to be quite honest, I think a lot of people only see there being one LA team now. LA Valiant is not Los Angeles anymore. It is Immortals moving it away from that region, that place. It is not what Valiant was. This is not the team that people have supported for 3 years. This is not that team anymore. It's completely different. And in all honesty, is there any point in it keeping the name? Because it is just not that team anymore. And I am so heartbroken for Los Angeles Valiant fans. I really, really am. And it must be heartbreaking for ex-players like Custer and people like that to see their team just completely... they don't give a flying F about them, Immortals. Horrendous. I actually cannot believe that an org has gone so far to shaft their fans and players like this. It really does demonstrate that there needs to be some sort of accountability in the league for teams. They cannot be allowed to completely shaft players like this. They have just... all of these guys have had incomes taken away from them. They could have planned out their everything because they had incomes for a year and they had everything planned out, and now that's completely been ripped away from them with no warning and just nothing. It is horrendous and appalling and shameful on Immortals and the Los Angeles Valiant, and I hope this never ever gets replicated. But I worry it will, because of the control that teams have in the league and orgs have in the league, and the lack of representation for players and coaches alike in the league, and the lack of them being able to challenge the teams. In the end of the day, the teams have the last say, and this is what can happen when that is taken way, way, way too far. My thoughts go out to all the players and the ex-coaches of the Los Angeles Valiant 2021 roster, or what we thought it was going to be. I really, really hope they all get chance to show their quality again at the Overwatch League level. I think they are all deserved of it, considering this absolute fiasco. And I hope Packing 10 does well again with staying with Immortals on their Valorant side. And yeah, there is really not too much to say. My thoughts also go out to all the probably ex-Valiant fans now. I hope you guys either settle with the Gladiators or whatever team you might support. If you don't end up supporting a team, then that is sad to hear, but I hope you stick with the Overwatch League. Absolutely atrocious behaviour from Immortals and the Los Angeles Valiant, and that is all I can say on that matter. We will leave it here though, and I thank you guys again for everything, your support on the channel recently. All the socials are linked in the video description below, including my links to Discord and Twitter and etc, Twitch and Illusion as well. And I will leave it here for this one. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you'd like to give a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. See you then.